Hey, welcome to video number, wait for it, 101.
I can't believe it.
101, crazy. With Hazel Walker.
Stop? Should we stop now?
No, because everybody wants us to keep going, right? People, right? Yes.
Hey, say yes.
Say yes. Welcome to video number 101 of Walker This Way with Hazel Walker, the queen of all things.
B&I and networking.
I am still, after 101 videos, Mark Simmons, and you are still Hazel Walker. Hazel.
Walker.
Here's the thing. I have been in B&I a long time. Not as long as you, but a long time. And we just went through leadership team training, leadership team transition happening for us October 1st. Some parts of the world, it's April 1st. For us, it's October. But I've been in a long time. I had a lot of positions. I had a lot of training. Oh my gosh, why do I need to do more training? Why more when I think I know everything anyways already? Why do you laugh at me? What? You know it's true. As much as you know everything, I know everything. I'm good. So.
How many times have we had to have conversations about things that you do as a member that are not okay?
I don't really remember any. I thought it was all okay.
Oh God.
But I'm guessing not.
Yeah. Didn't we just have a discussion today about some things that you thought were one way that are really another?
Yes.
Medical leave?
Yes, medical leave. Yeah.
Medical leave?
Some clarity on medical leave. So clarity is great. What is clarity about why training?
So clarity. So have you ever heard of the leaky bucket syndrome?
I have, but explain
Like
it a little
you fill
more.
a bucket full of water and it's got little teeny tiny holes in it. And by the time you get it where you need to go, that bucket has lost a lot of the water. Even if it only loses a little bit of the water, it's less water. Or sometimes it loses all the water, right? So one of the things, first off, let's talk about our core value. What's one of our core values around education?
Lifelong learning.
Lifelong learning. So our expectation is the people who are going to lead our organization believe in our core values, especially our core values like lifelong learning. And regardless of how many times you learn something or you hear something or you attend a training, your goal is always to pick up that one new thing, right? So maybe you've been the president 5 times, but how the president did things when I was president in 1991 is very different than how the president's doing things today. Very different. The agenda's shifted a little bit. It hasn't changed dramatically, but it used to just be like one little page. I have a page. It wasn't that big. We didn't have education coordinator and mentor coordinators and all. So it's very different. So we would agree that things change, right?
Yeah,
From
always. Yep.
Things change. Vice presidents do things very differently. This time we had brand new policies come out. What if we train that?
Seems to be a lot less policies now.
A lot less policies, right? There's a lot less policies. They've been updated and they've been narrowed down a little more effectively, right? So part of the training is to keep the leaky bucket from leaking out information. So it's easier for us to bring you in, teach everybody everything, so they're getting it from one voice and they're going out in the same direction. On the other hand, if we just count on them learning, because you and I already know, correct me if I'm wrong.
What do we know?
Not many of the members read the newsletter.
Yes, that is a true point. We love
right?
the 50% that read it. The other 50% do not.
And so what if we put all the training in the newsletter?
Yeah.
And we count on them to read it. We know they don't read the manual, right? We know people don't have time to read the manual. So they're not going to go read the manual some will. Now, don't get me wrong, some will. But overall, we're trying to get the biggest part of the information so that all of the new stuff is there for you so you can go back and create an amazing year for your BNI chapter. Our goal is consistency in all the chapters across the board. And it's clear to me when we go to our chapters and we watch some of the things that are going on and we go, what do they learn now? Well, how come they're not doing this? And someone will say, well, I never heard that, when we know we trained it. So it's still a leaky bucket even once we've brought you to the training, Mr. Simmons. You will still walk away and you will only remember the pieces that you felt were important to you. And there's all these other pieces that still end up falling through the leaky bucket. So if we didn't do the training, ultimately the chapters would all begin to go downhill.
Right.
And our goal is to constantly be lifting them up and to improving them. So you can't just not do training. It's what sets us apart from every other organization of our kind, is that core value of lifelong learning. And we don't let people take leadership team roles that do not do the online training and the face-to-face piece.
Right.
Because we want to make sure that every person who pays to be a member gets what they paid for. And they didn't pay, like you always say, they didn't pay for your opinion on how things should be run. They're paying for a system that we've taught you to run in the chapter for everybody's greater good.
Yeah, and that's the responsibility of the leadership team to
Correct.
run that system,
To run that system.
not their opinion of said system.
Correct. It's run our system the way we're teaching you to run the system, and then you'll have the greatest level of success. And we've proven that over and over and over again. You know when I know a chapter is the most, is becoming successful?
How?
The moment they look at an application and they do an interview, the way we teach it, and they actually say, we don't think this person is a good fit for our chapter, and they're willing to give it up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They've been trained to look for people who are going to be great fits for their chapter.
Right.
That's when I know that they're actually starting to use the system, and they're not just putting bums in seats, they're actually choosing people to be in their chapter because they're running the system the way the system was designed to be run.
Right, which was to create absolute success and help members build their business and be successful. And I guess true perspective is this, that for many industries, many professions, there's professional development every year that you have to do anyways. And you may know how to be an accountant, but you got to go for certifications every year, or a realtor, or a gas fitter.
Well, what about the heart doctor? Do you want the guy operating on your heart who hasn't been to continuing education and doesn't know anything about the new stuff?
Right.
Is that the one you want? Do you want that person working on you? No, I want the one that's constantly into the education. Yeah. And people are basing their livelihoods on BNI. I mean, they make a lot of their income as a result of the business they're getting out of BNI. And I think it's cheating them when we don't have fully trained leadership teams. It's cheating the members who paid to be members.
Yeah. So great. So I guess whatever perspective is going to help you out in your thinking, to think about the training in a positive way and use it in a collective way. There's also a piece around the chapters when they train together, you experience it together. You are all on the same path, and we're fortunate to have this training and to have the education. And another piece from the core values is traditions and innovations.
And we made it really easy with this innovation, didn't we?
Absolutely. Yeah. So you may not like it, you may not love it, or you may love it. Whatever it is you do, if you just make the system work for you, it's going to work amazing. But it really does, because as a leadership team member, you do have a responsibility to the members to do the training, because they're watching you.
Right.
And it's also a credibility piece for each of us. So everyone is watching everything. So enjoy the training. If you haven't done it already, there's training and orientations and workshops throughout the year, and really take advantage of them, because they're not about how to make you an amazing BNI member, right?
They don't, and they also translate into your personal business too. The stuff you will learn from us, you can implement in your business.
And many do.
Yeah.
Many do. All right. Thanks for the information, Ms. Hazel Walker. I will do better.
Come to training.
Absolutely. By video 202, I will be better.
Oh, good.
All right. Thank you all.
Bye.